Hello and welcome back to Mexico News Network's Breaking News, broadcasting directly from El Dorado Royal Spa Resort by Charisma. Remember, for information on Mexico and the world, follow us on social networks on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, on Mexico News Network. And for more information 24/7, don't forget to log on to our website, www.mexiconewsnetwork.com. Let's continue with more information. Tourism industry is known as a clean industry because of its lighter impact on the environment when compared to other industries such as oil or clothes manufacturing. To support the environment and sustainability of the sector, the Ministry of Tourism employed a new green technology for this year's edition of the Tianguis Turístico México, known as POKIN. POKIN. Now you may wonder what POKIN is and why it was such a successful tool during the Tianguis Turístico México 2015. This was especially among buyers and exhibitors, of course. POKIN is a new way to collect people, places, and things. It consists of a suite of products and softwares that enables you to collect and exchange digital information in the real world with a simple touch. It's a brand new way to connect with the people you meet, to explore the places you go, and to learn more about the things that interest you. In other words, POKIN is a device that seeks to easily exchange information. It aims to save paper and resources and also saves attendees to the need to print catalogs, brochures, and press releases. POKIN is a USB that serves as a digital replacement for your physical business card. It enables you to instantly gather and organize all the details of the people you meet without the need for any data entry, and have this information readily accessible by syncing it to any of the major contact management tools. POKIN is also an instant icebreaker and a conversation starter that will improve your networking experience by letting you share a richer snapshot of who you are in a very simple and fun way. You may want to share only your basic contact information though, such as your email, mobile phone, and address. However, you can also opt to share your profile from more than 50 social networking sites, such as Facebook, Twitter, Messenger, Skype, or any, by simply touching your POKIN to another. So even if you and your contacts use different social networks, you will still have a common platform to communicate. According to POKIN Mexico, a congressman can fly back nearly 12 kilograms of catalogs and papers after a conference, while the POKIN device simply weighs 10 grams. For the environment, this means 472 kilograms less carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. The company has stated that each and every month, over 70,000 documents are digitalized, which means 2 tons of paper were not used and 48 trees were able to be saved. Since its invention, the internet has irreversibly changed our everyday lives. Gradually, different options for accessing it have reached us, and even today, memories of vexing sequence of beeps and chirps, followed by those irritated pleas to hang up the house phone, are no longer here. These seems very unfamiliar these days. However, broadband was then available, and suddenly wireless technology surprised us with the use of radio waves. Now, today, there is a new way of transferring data through light. In the year 2011, Scottish professor Mr. Harold Haas from the University of Edinburgh created Li-Fi, a visible light communication system that transmits more information than current available connections. Using LED light, this process provides a swift solution to current broadband limitations, and it also illuminates spaces. Li-Fi has several benefits. One of them is that it cannot penetrate walls, which impedes the stealing of information, unlike Wi-Fi systems. It also offers a much wider spectrum. Indeed, with the only light reflected on a wall, Professor Haas achieved a 70 megabits per second transfer. However, this was simply the beginning. Later on, research at German multinational Siemens allowed a 500 megabits transfer rate, while one at Pennsylvania State University managed to reach 1.6 gigabits per second. This technology has reached Mexico. During the year 2014, Mexican company SciSoft, in collaboration with researchers from the Autonomous Technological Institute of Mexico, better known as ITAM, were able to maximize the power of Li-Fi, reaching an outstanding transfer rate of 10 gigabytes per second, approximately 250 times faster than super-fast broadbands ever. Arturo Campos Fentantes, CEO of SciSoft Mexico, explained that only a light-emitting diode, a LED light bulb, is needed to connect technological devices to the internet. He also anticipated that Mexico would be the first American country to have this technology. Moreover, the Mexican executive pointed out that this technology uses cold energy, which means it does not contribute to global warming and could even represent an amazing solution for environments like hospitals where radiation devices interfere with Wi-Fi signals. Li-Fi is already in Mexico. Mr. Fentantes explained that it was planned to be implemented first in Mexico City, where Li-Fi-based gadgets were initially installed. During the year 2015, indoor areas like homes, businesses, and hospitals will be overall provided with this innovative light transfer technology. Let's wait and see. Now, Cirque du Soleil, the Canadian company that has created the most magnificent theatrical shows, is now arriving once again to Mexico, now with its itinerant show CORTO, which will be presented in the cities of Mérida, Guadalajara, Monterrey, and Mexico City, of course. CORTO is a colorful, festive procession from the imagination of a clown. The show immerses its spectators into the clown's vivid imagination of his own funeral, a cortege held in a carnival atmosphere. It contrasts the magic of perfection with the charm of imperfection while presenting the strength and fragility of the clown. The show is made up of numerous acts involving the characteristic performances of Cirque du Soleil, such as bouncing beds, helium dance, and the impressive gymnastic display of Turnic. It also includes singing angels and live musicians, elements that bring the clown's imagination to life. Even though the show is currently on tour in Bogota, Colombia, there are still no official dates for shows in Mexican cities. Its final performance in Bogota will be on May 3rd. This would mean that CORTO should be expected probably by the end of May in Mexico. We'll keep you posted as to when the exact dates for this colorful presentation of Cirque du Soleil comes to Mexico. Now for our feature story of the day, we present you a way of expressing social discontent. The urban art collective La Pistola Stencil, which is a portmanteau of the words lápiz and pistola, both the words in Spanish for pencil and gun respectively, portrays current social and political issues in Mexico. These artistic expressions have become an icon in the streets of Oaxaca and also cities all over the world. La Pistola Stencil is an urban art collective made up of graphic designers Rosario Martinez as well as Roberto Vega and architect Yankel Valderas, all three of them from the state of Oaxaca. They got together to express their feelings and also to represent the voices of the voiceless, realizing that their work portrayed on a poster would not make the same impact than it does on an entire wall. The collective chose a different way of expressing their struggle. Instead of a violent attempt to grasp the attention of the people, they chose to use stencils and can paint as their tool of choice, of course, though the use of striking and aesthetically pleasing images and well thought out composition. elements that together create powerful messages to the world. The creative process begins with the inspiration which comes from everyday situations, anything that has a reason to be put on a wall. Stories, protests, actions, messages that the artists feel the need to be put out there and transmitted to the world. Afterwards, it's time to conceptualize the idea together with the space they have to work on and the idea of the entire piece. They then decide to work with stencils, screen printing, or a mixture of both. Quite often, they combine both depending on what they want the finished product to look like. Their images have made an impact in different cities in Mexico and have definitely been presented in countries such as Cuba, the US, Spain, Italy, and Sweden. In fact, they are currently exhibiting at the Rich Mixed Cross Art Centre in East London. This exhibition will be open until soon. Every single mural led by La Pistola can be considered as an act of solidarity, and some might even call them visual poetry, a revolutionary expression through art by a team of 3 creative Mexican talented people. Sadly, this was all for today. Thank you so much for staying with us, and don't forget to log on to our website on www.mexiconewsnetwork.com and to follow us on social networks on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, as Mexico News Network. Remember, today's show was broadcast live at El Dorado Royal Spa Resort by Charisma, beautiful, gourmet inclusive hotel located in the heart of Riviera Maya. I am your host, Elisa Carballo. Thank you for staying with us, and we'll see you next time.